Last Thursday started like any normal day. I was heading to a meeting when my phone buzzed. It was a WhatsApp from Skylar, my fiancé of 3 years. We were supposed to be getting married in 4 months. She sent a photo of herself at what looked like an airport departure gate. Eduardo, my best friend since college, had his arms wrapped around her waist. They were both grinning like they'd won the lottery. The caption made my stomach drop. Finally free. Off to Dubai with a real man while you rot in your pathetic life. By the way, emptied your savings for our honeymoon suite. 50K well spent. Your mom's inheritance paid for his Rolex. P.S. I'm pregnant, and it's not yours. Your emergency fund bought us a suite at the Burj Al Arab. I just stared at my phone. $50,000. My mom's inheritance money. The emergency fund I'd been building for 8 years. All gone. I didn't reply. I just smiled, put my phone away, and went to my meeting like nothing happened. Inside, I was screaming. But nobody at that table had any idea my entire life had just imploded. Skylar and I met 4 years ago during volunteer firefighter training. We were paired as safety buddies during a smoke simulation exercise. I thought she was badass and fearless. We started dating a few weeks later. Eduardo was my groomsman when I proposed last year. Looking back, there were signs. So many signs. She'd been working late a lot. Her Instagram posts were all cryptic stuff about finding true happiness, and sometimes the wrong choice feels right. Eduardo suddenly got interested in the same shows Skylar watched. They were always texting about logistics for the surprise party they were planning for me. What a surprise it turned out to be. After the meeting, I went straight to my bank, confirmed she'd drained the account 3 days earlier. 48,000 gone. She'd also cashed out the 10,000 from my mom's inheritance that I was saving to build the deck Mom always wanted at our new house. Mom died last year from cancer. Skylar held my hand at the funeral. I changed all my passwords, froze my credit, called my bank to report fraud. The bank guy looked at me with pity when I explained what happened. Joint account, so legally she could take it. Nothing they could do. I didn't cry. I didn't yell. I was just calm. Terrifyingly calm. I went home, packed all her stuff into garbage bags, and dropped them at her sister Amelia's place. Didn't say a word to Amelia, just left the bags and walked away while she stood there confused in her doorway. That night, I blocked Skylar on everything except WhatsApp. I wanted to see what happened when her fantasy crashed. I ordered takeout, drank a beer, and waited. For 3 days, nothing. Then, at 2 a.m. this morning, my phone exploded. 117 messages from Skylar in the span of 2 hours. Baby, it was a joke. Please answer me. He abandoned me. I'm stuck in Dubai. I have no money left. Where are you? I didn't mean any of it. Turns out Eduardo spent all the money in 2 days, then disappeared with some woman he met at a club. Left her alone in Dubai with no money, no return ticket, maxed out credit cards. Then Amelia called 30 times. Left voicemails saying I needed to help her sister. How could I abandon her? She made a mistake. She's family. Family. Family doesn't steal your dead mother's inheritance money. Skylar's mom called next. She was livid. How could you do this to her? She's stranded in a foreign country. You need to help her now. I finally answered and calmly asked how I was supposed to help when Skylar took every cent I had. Her mom went quiet, then started saying Skylar told her I gave permission to use that money, that the pregnancy was mine, and we planned the trip together, but I couldn't go last minute. I laughed. Actually laughed. Then I sent her the screenshots of the WhatsApp message. Silence. Then, oh my God. She started crying, apologizing, saying she had no idea, then begged me to help anyway. She's still going to be your wife. No, I said. She's not. I hung up and forwarded the screenshots to Amelia too. The call stopped. This morning I met with a lawyer, filed a police report for the theft, even though the lawyer said it probably wouldn't go anywhere because of the joint account. Started the process for a restraining order, just in case. I don't know how Skylar's getting home from Dubai. I don't care. The U.S. Embassy can deal with her. Her family can wire money. Eduardo can magically reappear. Whatever. Not my problem anymore. What is my problem is making sure they both pay for what they did. Not just the money, the betrayal, the disrespect, using my dead mother's memory like that. I'm planning something that will make them regret the day they ever thought they could screw me over. It's not about getting the money back anymore. It's about justice. Her sister texted an hour ago saying Skylar's not really pregnant. She just said that to hurt me. As if that makes anything better. I haven't slept in 24 hours, but I'm wide awake. The lawyer is helping me document everything. I've already contacted our wedding venue to cancel. Told them to keep the deposit, and I'd explain why later. Tonight my phone is still blowing up. Skylar somehow got access to a phone with international service, begging me to forgive her, saying Eduardo manipulated her, that she loves me, that she'll pay me back, that she made a horrible mistake. The only mistake was me trusting either of them. I'm not rushing to save her. I'm not sending money. I'm not responding to the texts. I'm planning, calculating, waiting. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. Update 1. It's been a week since my last post. Holy hell, what a week. Got home from work on Tuesday to find Skylar sitting on my front steps like a stray cat, all puffy and pathetic looking. Apparently, her mom finally wired her enough for a basic economy ticket home after the U.S. Embassy in Dubai made her sleep in their waiting room for 2 nights. She looked like absolute trash, still wearing the same outfit from her airport photo, hair greasy, mascara everywhere. My first instinct was to just drive past my own house, but I didn't. I parked, walked right past her without a word, and unlocked my door. She lunged at me, grabbed my arm, started crying about how sorry she was, how Eduardo manipulated her, how she'd do anything to fix this. I shook her off and told her to get off my property before I called the cops. Showed her my phone with 911 already dialed. She backed up but kept talking, louder now so the neighbors could hear. Classic Skylar move. Always needs an audience. Said I was being cruel, that she made one mistake in 4 years, and I was throwing away our whole relationship. One mistake? Stealing $58,000 and my dead mom's memory isn't one mistake. It's like 58,000 separate crimes. I just went inside and locked the door. She kept knocking for almost an hour before giving up. That night I got a text from an unknown number. It was Eduardo. Said he was back in town and wanted to explain everything and make things right. Said he'd pay back his half of the money as soon as he could. His half. Like they split my money 50-50. I didn't respond. Next morning I took the day off and went to see my lawyer again. I've been documenting everything, screenshots, her WhatsApp message, call logs, bank statements. My lawyer helped me file a civil suit against both of them. The inheritance money was only in my name, so that part's straightforward theft. Turns out Eduardo and Skylar had been sleeping together for at least 6 months, based on texts I found on our shared iPad she forgot to delete. They'd been planning this Dubai trip since February, calling it their freedom launch. Eduardo even made a shared note calculating exactly how much they could take without it being too suspicious. They took everything. Wednesday night, Amelia showed up at my door. Surprisingly, she was actually decent. Said she was horrified by what her sister did, that their whole family was in shock. Apparently Skylar's been staying with their parents and spinning a story about how I was emotionally abusive and controlling with money, which is why she had to take her share before leaving. I pulled out my phone and showed Amelia the screenshots of their freedom launch planning. Her face went white. I also showed her our Venmo history, me sending Skylar money constantly for 4 years. Over $20,000 in transfers on top of paying 70% of our living expenses. Amelia actually started crying. Said she had no idea Skylar had been telling everyone I was this controlling monster. I asked Amelia why Skylar did this. She hesitated, then said something that actually made sense. Skylar has always been jealous of people who have more than her. She dated me because I was stable and had savings, but resented me for the same reason. Eduardo told her she deserved a more exciting life than what I could provide. Thursday, I found out Eduardo works at a small marketing firm that handles several clients I have connections with. I sent an email to his boss with screenshots of Eduardo admitting to the theft. Didn't ask for him to be fired, just said as a potential client I wanted them to be aware of who they employ. Got a response within hours saying they were handling the situation. Friday morning, I closed our joint account, opened a new one at a different bank, changed every password again, put a fraud alert on my credit. Found out Skylar had also maxed out our joint credit card, another $12,000. Added that to the civil suit. Friday night, Eduardo showed up drunk and belligerent, yelling about how I got him put on leave, pounding on my door so hard the neighbors called the cops. I gave the police copies of the restraining order paperwork. They made him leave, but now there's a police report. That same night, Skylar's mom called, actually apologizing this time. Asked if we could resolve this as a family without courts. I laughed and hung up. Saturday morning, I went through our wedding website, got every guest's email, and sent a short, factual message. The wedding is canceled because Skylar stole my savings and ran off with my best man. Then I deactivated all my social media. I'm not here for online drama. I'm here for justice. Sunday, Skylar showed up with Eduardo. Both of them on my front lawn holding a check for $12,000, the first installment. I took a picture from my window, closed the blinds, and didn't open the door. That check is going straight to my lawyer. It's an admission of guilt. Today my lawyer called. We have a court date in 3 weeks. He thinks we have a solid case for at least the inheritance money, possibly more. I'm not done yet. Not even close. I found Skylar's new address and sent certified letters to her, Eduardo, her parents, and her workplace with all the evidence. Her job has a morality clause. Doubt they'll keep her. This isn't about the money anymore. It's about making sure they understand you can't do something like this without consequences. I may have lost $58,000, but they're about to lose a lot more than that. Update 2. 2 weeks since my last post, and the situation has gone nuclear. Remember those certified letters I sent to Skylar's workplace? It worked better than expected. HR called me Monday. I confirmed everything. By Friday, she was officially fired. Eduardo is still unemployed. When employers Google his name, the civil suit shows up. Our entire social circle has fractured. People are picking sides, and it's fascinating to watch. I finally reactivated Instagram. Within minutes, I had 20 DMs from mutual friends saying Skylar's been telling everyone the money was rightfully hers, that Eduardo forced her to Dubai, that I'm violently unstable, and she feared for her safety. I sent the screenshots. That shut it down fast. Went to a barbecue Saturday. Jeff, one of my oldest friends, pulled me aside and said Skylar and Eduardo had been contacting everyone trying to paint me as financially abusive. He didn't believe it, but some people were confused. I showed him the evidence. Halfway through the night, the group chat blew up, people tearing Skylar apart. Someone added Eduardo and tagged him. He left without a word. Sunday morning, Skylar posted a long Instagram story about cyberbullying and how people don't know the real story. I posted the Dubai WhatsApp screenshot with a caption, "The only side that matters." Her story was deleted in under an hour. Monday, I ran into Skylar's mom at the grocery store. She begged me to settle privately, said they'd pay everything back plus extra. I told her it was too late. She started crying in the cereal aisle, grabbed my arm, said Skylar might hurt herself if this continues. I told her that was manipulative blackmail and she should get her daughter real help. She called me heartless. I walked away. Tuesday, Eduardo texted asking to meet man-to-man, claiming Skylar manipulated him too. I replied with one word: no. Wednesday, Amelia showed up with a USB drive. It was a video Skylar recorded months ago, her and Eduardo laughing about taking me for everything, calling me pathetic for saving instead of living life, specifically mentioning my mom's inheritance. Amelia was crying, said she couldn't keep the secret anymore. I thanked her. That video is going to court. Thursday, my lawyer said Skylar's side offered $75,000 to settle. I told him about the new video. He said, "This changes everything. We're now asking for $150,000 minimum." Friday, my house got egged at 2 a.m. Doorbell cam caught Skylar drunk doing it. Footage went to the police and my lawyer. Today is Saturday. Court is in 1 week. The social destruction is happening on its own now. I barely have to lift a finger. I'll update after court. Final update. Court day finally came. I got there early, wearing the navy suit I was supposed to wear to my cousin's wedding last year. Symbolic, I guess. Saw Skylar and her parents in the hallway. She was dressed like a Sunday school teacher, hair pulled back, trying to look innocent. Her parents looked like they'd aged a decade. Eduardo showed up alone, no lawyer, tried to make eye contact. I ignored him. Right before we went in, Eduardo tried to settle for $15,000 cash plus payments. My lawyer shut it down. Inside the courtroom, it was anticlimactic at first, just a small room, no jury. Then my lawyer played the Dubai airport video and Amelia's video of them laughing about robbing me blind. The judge's face said it all. Skylar claimed everything was out of context. Eduardo claimed he was manipulated. The judge wasn't buying any of it. Then Skylar's own lawyer called Amelia as a witness, thinking she'd back Skylar up. Instead, Amelia testified that Skylar had bragged months earlier about planning to clean me out. Skylar lost it, started screaming at her own sister in court, calling her a traitor. The judge had to bang the gavel and threaten to remove her. Recess. When we came back, Skylar's side suddenly wanted to settle. They finally agreed to $140,000. Skylar's parents put up $70,000 immediately. Skylar has to pay $1,500 a month for 4.5 years. Eduardo has to pay $30,000 total, $10,000 upfront and $500 a month after that. Miss one payment, and the full remaining balance plus interest is due instantly. As we left, Eduardo tried one last apology. I looked him dead in the eye and said, "I don't think about you at all." Then I walked away. That night, $80,000 hit my account. First thing I did, transferred $10,000 to an account for the deck I'm building in memory of my mom. $20,000 into a new emergency fund. The rest is going toward a down payment on a new house with zero memories of Skylar. Since then I've heard Skylar had a meltdown at a bar screaming I ruined her life. Eduardo's parents kicked him out. He's flipping burgers and couch surfing. Skylar's parents cut her off except for the exact money she needs to pay me every month. She's living in their basement, working retail, and going to mandatory therapy twice a week. Therapist says narcissistic tendencies and zero prior consequences.
Shocker.
I've changed banks, phone number, email, and I'm moving next month. Erasing every trace of that old life. My revenge wasn't some master plan. It was simply refusing to let them walk away without consequences. They thought I was a pushover they could rob and humiliate. They were wrong. Now Skylar gets to write me a check every month for almost 5 years. A constant reminder. Eduardo lost everything that mattered to him. They didn't get away with a thing. And honestly, I sleep just fine. Thanks for following this saga. Once loyal, signing off.